Let's have 1, 2 first. 3, 4. So question 3, right? They say which of the following statement explain why liquid cannot be compressed. Liquids cannot be compressed because the atoms, right, are very, very close together. There's no empty space in between. That's why they cannot be compressed.
I thought the closely packed one is solid.
Liquids are also closely packed, just not as closely packed as solid, but they are still very close together. So because they are very close together, right? So there's no empty space for you to squeeze. Because if there's a lot of empty space, right, you squeeze, the particles can go together. But now liquids, right, the particles are very close together. So you squeeze, right, there's not much they can shrink. Whereas gases, right, you know the balloon, the air particles are very far away from each other. So you squeeze, you see that the balloon can get a bit smaller. Of course, without bursting the balloon. When you squeeze too much, then the air molecules got no place to go, then the balloon will burst. This one is in. Okay, bit 5 and 6. 7, 8. 7, okay. 8, okay. 9, 10, 11. Covalent compound. 9. Why did you choose C for 9? So you did,
Covalent compounds have high melting and boiling point.
for you, right? Okay, covalent compound, you insoluble in water. So this one out and this one out. So there are two types of covalent compound. So covalent, you have the simple covalent. So you have simple molecular. Then the second type is giant molecular structure. So you have two of these. Simple molecular is things like iodine, water, all this. These have low melting and boiling point. The giant molecular, right, are things like diamond and graphite. This type, right, have high melting and boiling point. The thing is, right, the high melting and boiling point for graphite and diamond, right, exceeds 1,000. Actually, it exceeds more than 1,000. The BP or MP is, I think, 2,000 plus. The melting point, right, is not 3-digit one, it's definitely 4-digit. So for C, right, the melting point is too low. Yeah, this one, the answer C is not is rejected because it's too low. And they say typical property of covalent compound. For you, you only learn the first one. Okay, please take note. 11 done. Shall we just do 11 first? 11D, correct. 12, 13. 12A, correct. 13 is A is correct. 14, 15. 14B, correct. 15A, correct. 16, 17. See, need to go through. 16, copper 2 chloride is used as a pigment for glass and ceramic. Okay, which of the substance can react with dilute hydrochloric acid to prepare copper 2 chloride? So first, you have to go back to that flow chart. Copper 2 chloride, is it soluble or insoluble?
Insoluble.
Copper 2 chloride is soluble. Okay, please go and memorize that chart. So it's soluble. If it's soluble, you only got one method. Method 1 is to do titration, or 2 is to do the excess method. So in these two cases, right, what you use is you use acid plus base, or acid plus metal, then acid plus carbonate. So in your case, right, if you are to, so this will be acid, that means you use HCl for all of them. So HCl, if you want copper chloride, that means it's HCl plus base, that means it's copper oxide or copper hydroxide.
1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4. What is 1, 2, 4?
1, 2, and 4.
No 4.
1 and 2.
1 and 2 only, no 4. Because copper, if you look at the reactivity series, right?
It's at the bottom.
It's all the way at the end, and it is unreactive. So this is unreactive, so impossible. So then the carbonate one is HCl plus
CuCO3.
Like that. So that means, right, you only use excess method. Excess method, that means is the base and the carbonate. So that's why you have 1 and 2. No carbonate there. So 1 and 2. Then it doesn't react with copper sulfate because acids don't react with salts. That's why. Okay. 17. 17 is B is correct. Okay. 18, 19. 18 correct. 19, you might want to look at it again. So 19, you have 3 metals: magnesium, iron, and zinc. Then all of them are placed in 3 separate test tubes filled with steam. So the time at the table shows the time taken to collect 10 cubic centimeter of hydrogen. The shorter the time taken to collect the 10 cubic centimeter means the faster the reaction. Yeah. So it means 3 is the fastest, followed by number 1, then number 2. So you just arrange accordingly. 20 is D, correct?